Other families across town were screaming in horror as a tiny fire-breathing creature set their drapes ablaze, and another slowly dropped down from the ceiling on a silvery thread, blending into the shadows.
God. Wait, it's meant to be what you need, right? So why the hell is one of them like some sort of death spider? What?
There are only seconds left before the final bell rings, and school is officially out for summer. An excitable 11-year-old girl sits at her desk, bouncing her leg in anticipation and watching the clock. Soon, she'll have 3 glorious months of freedom. But more importantly, she can take her mom up on a life-changing promise. They made a deal when they moved to this new town. If she could get through 6th grade with straight A's and good feedback from her teachers, she could finally get a pet of her own. There were some stipulations, of course. The pet can't be too big, can't make a lot of noise, and needs to be something she can take care of by herself. It was hard work, but she buckled down, studied hard, and even found a math tutor. The time is now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The last bell of the year rings, and the class erupts into cheers. Summer's here. She shoves her books into her bag and runs out the door so quickly, she barely catches her teacher's parting words of, "Have a great summer vacation, everyone." She's going to get a special friend today, something all her own that she can nurture, play with, and won't ever have to worry about impressing.
Hamster!
It's only a short walk to the pet store, and then an even shorter walk to her house. What kind of pet should she get? A dog needs to be walked.
Bro, the fucking state of this dog. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at the state of this.
Might be too much work. A fish? Maybe, but you can't play with a fish.
It's true.
You can't pet a fish, or at least it won't be happy if you try.
Don't touch it.
She remembers a pet tarantula her eccentric aunt once had and shudders. No spiders, definitely not. She wants something friendly, something small enough that her mom won't complain, but something
I fucking said, bro, they always go for the hamster. Kids, for some reason, go crazy over hamsters. It's wild.
She can cuddle and really bond with. Whatever.
This cat looks fucked up as well. Whoever's drawing these animals is doing an A++ job. These things look absolutely fucked up, man. I love them.
Whatever it ends up being, she's going to take great care of it. She briefly pauses at the fish, enticed by their vivid colors and the staggering variety of shapes and sizes.
Wait, who the fuck's buying? I just realized, who's buying her this pet? She's in the pet store on her own, right? What?
But a fish is such a boring pet, she thinks. What can you even do with a fish? She moves on, looking at a litter of fluffy, tabby kittens. They romp and roll around on top.
Excuse me? What the hell's going on here?
Top of each other, flicking their tails and stretching their soft paws.
I have never seen a cat in my entire life do that. What the heck? That's the SCP.
There are roly-poly hamsters and sleek-looking rats, tiny white mice with pink eyes and gerbils running on wheels, little sugar gliders peeking out of cloth pouches with wide eyes.
Damn.
There's even a skunk blinking at her curiosity.
That's not legal. There's no fucking way you can get a skunk as a pet. What? What?
No.
But nothing feels quite right. None of these pets seem like the one she has to bring home. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she spots something curious. A row of small cardboard packages covered with inviting cartoonish text, advertising something called a custom pet.
No.
Bro, it's...
Wait.
I know what it is. It's those fucking sea monkeys where you put them in the water and then they grow into like a little fucking creature.
She picks up one of the packages and reads the description. It sounds impossible, too good to be true. Just buy these packaged eggs, place them anywhere in your house, and a perfectly matched pet will hatch and fit right in. It will become exactly the kind of pet that you need. She looks for any sort of fine print, something that might indicate this is a toy or some kind of joke, but it looks real. Could it be? Shyly, the girl takes one of the packages up to the cash register.
I just realized whoever put these in the shop is like some kind of sick fuck, dude. Like, who puts this in a shop on a shelf for people trying to like get pets? Like, that is messed up.
Did you bring this in with you? The cashier asks. She shakes her head. Okay, well, we don't sell these, so I guess you can just take it? She throws her backpack on her bed and sits down on the floor, tearing open the cardboard packaging.
gosh.
Inside, there are 6 tiny eggs sealed
There's
in
loads
plastic.
of them.
She just wants one pet, so she'll start with 1 egg for now. All she has to do is wait. Later that night, the girl wakes from a deep sleep to the sound of something moving inside the dollhouse. The skitter of tiny legs, the rustling of something inside the formerly vacant dollhouse. She sits up and is about to go peek inside when a chill of fear runs down her spine. What if it's something horrible? She doesn't know what kind of eggs those were. She'd never seen anything like them before. What if it's a spider or a worm or some other awful, monstrous thing she can't even imagine?
I also love the regret after going through setting all. It's such a child sequence of events. It's like, haha, I got a creature, I got a pet, let me set it up. It's like, oh no, it's killing the dog. Oh, this is a terrible idea.
And she brought it into her home, to where she and her mom sleep without even questioning it. She sits for a moment, the only sound the rustling of the thing in the dollhouse and her own short, panicked breaths. Then there's another sound, light and sweet, like a little bird chirping. It's coming from the dollhouse. Curiosity finally gets the better of her, and she opens the dollhouse, lifting the roof off.
What
Inside,
is that?
She spots it. Her new pet. Feathery soft fur, pastel pink and white, covers the little animal, which is currently exploring its new home
His face
delightedly.
is going to be ugly as hell, isn't it?
It flicks around a poofy little tail that looks a bit like a lavender feather
Take it
duster
back.
and stops to blink up at her with 2 large, friendly purple eyes.
You are so right, Kyonagiri. This is such VTuber mascot material. That is crazy.
Slowly, she reaches a hand down to pet the animal, and it nuzzles into her palm, body vibrating with something like a kitten's purr. Any tension she felt before melts out of her body as she realizes the packaging was not lying. She put the pet in an environment that was comforting, sweet, happy, a piece of childlike joy, and it had become the living embodiment of those things.
Okay.
For a brief moment, she wonders how she'll
Interesting.
explain this new addition to the household, what she'll need to feed it, and what her mom will say. But then her new best friend chirps happily again, and all she can think is, this is going to be an amazing summer.
How does it move? Also, that zoom in was crazily timed.
Things worked out very well for the girl. Meanwhile, other families across town were screaming in horror as a tiny fire-breathing creature set their drapes ablaze, and another slowly dropped down from the ceiling on a silvery thread, blending into the shadows.
Wait, it's meant to be what you need, right? So why the hell is one of them like some sort of death spider? What? What do these children need in their lives that is that much torment? Huh?
This girl was not the only child to bring home one of these miraculous pets and hatch it in her home, and other children were much less careful about where they put the eggs. Of course, the children weren't to blame here. The blame lay with whoever was behind the design and widespread release of these odd little animals, also known as SCP-1550. SCP-1550 is a species of artificially synthesized creatures of unknown classification who are highly adaptable to any given environment. Their larvae will develop, grow, and change to fit whatever setting their eggs are placed in. Though adult specimens vary greatly in appearance, they all have markings on their underbelly that read, a Dr. Wondertainment trademark. Because of their highly adaptable nature, it is uncertain exactly what the original form of these creatures might look like. SCP-1550 eggs are 1 centimeter long, beige in color, and stored in airtight plastic packaging that prevents them from hatching until they are exposed to the outside air. The SCP Foundation first discovered SCP-1550 after a collection of bizarre cardboard packages were found in the exotic pets section of a pet store. None of the workers had ever seen these packages before and had never even heard of SCP-1550 prior to being asked about it. The packages were brought into containment immediately and were found to each contain 6 SCP-1550 eggs in airtight containers. The original packaging also contained an instruction leaflet, which I've managed to get my hands on a copy of. It reads, "Hey kids, your parents aren't letting you get a dog or cat? Don't fret, buy a Dr. Wondertainment custom pet. A Dr. Wondertainment's custom pet is far superior to an ordinary and boring cat or dog due to their original Adapto Eggs packaging, a Dr. Wondertainment invention. Just leave your custom pet Adapto Eggs around the house, and when they hatch, they'll fit right in. Perfect for apartments. To get your very own custom pets is easy, kids. Just put an egg in your house and break the plastic seal to give your new pet some air so it can hatch. Your new pet will be perfect for where you live, wherever you live. If your new custom pet seems lonely, just add another Adapto egg and get him a new friend." Who exactly is this Dr. Wondertainment? A person? A corporation? A highly intelligent octopus with a penchant for toy design?
Tell
The
me.
identity of the force behind the trademark is undetermined, but whatever Dr. Wondertainment is, one thing is certain. The toys they create are highly unusual. Dozens of Wondertainment's creations have been contained by the SCP Foundation, including SCP-2855, SCP-2396, and SCP-111. They range from
I don't think we've
useful
seen
to
any of those
whimsical
yet.
to downright destructive, and the motives behind each invention are currently unknown. SCP-1550 is just one in a long line of anomalous toys from the shadowy toymaker. And so, like they have with so many other Wondertainment products, the research staff at the Foundation decided to perform some exploratory tests on these supposed custom pets. First, one SCP-1550 egg was placed in a tank of seawater and left to hatch. When it did, it produced a specimen with gills all along its upper back, behind its eyes, an array of flat and broad tails it could use to swim efficiently. Further examination of the creature revealed that it excreted special mucus to protect its eyes from the salt water, and a swim bladder that was discovered during dissection. The skin of the creature was a mottled blue, giving it natural camouflage in its seawater environment. Next, the team decided to place an egg in fresh water and see what different adaptations were produced. A tank was filled with water from a river behind the testing site, and the egg was placed inside until it hatched. Interestingly, this specimen of SCP-1550 did not possess any gills, suggesting similar circumstances would not necessarily produce the same adaptations.
Interesting.
Instead, this specimen had enlarged lungs and a thin, streamlined body for more efficient movement. Next, the team prepared a terrarium meant to simulate the ecosystem of a temperate forest and placed the next egg inside. When it hatched, it produced a specimen of SCP-1550 covered in a layer of brown fur, with a ridged underbelly resembling that of a snake. It also had a tail consisting of large tentacles.
Ugh.
Along the ridged underbelly, there was a smooth patch of skin with the Dr. Wondertainment logo printed, like a tattoo.
It's cute. What do you mean it's cute?
The team prepared a different terrarium that simulated a desert ecosystem and allowed an egg to hatch inside. The resulting specimen was cold-blooded, tan in color to blend in with the sand, and skilled at burrowing quickly to protect itself from outside stressors. It was also, notably, 1 centimeter larger than the previous specimens. The final terrarium was made to simulate the environment of an average urban apartment. The egg that hatched inside produced a creature with leathery skin and eyes placed similarly to those of a chameleon. The demeanor of the specimen was noticeably friendlier than its predecessors,
Yeah,
and
this
it
one's
acted
kinda cool.
more
I'll
like a
take this one.
domesticated house pet than a wild animal. Its most impressive adaptation was its method of eating. Behind the specimen's jaw, there were strands of baleen like those found in whales.
What if someone eats the egg? I bet it gives you like worms or so. It just gives you like a tapeworm ass looking creature or something.
Allowed the creature to filter feed on dust and crumbs from the terrarium floor. After these experiments proved successful, the research team decided to test the eggs in more extreme environments. One egg was placed in a vat of molten iron. It promptly burst into flames and was completely destroyed. The head researcher responded, "Well, what did you expect to happen?" Which seems like a fair point. The next egg was placed inside a vacuum chamber, which was then depressurized. The egg promptly exploded, covering the inside of the chamber in an unidentifiable slime. There are limits to the creature's adaptability. But what would happen to an egg placed in a hostile environment filled with something recognizable? A vacuum chamber was filled with seawater, and an egg was placed inside. The chamber was then pressurized to 15,750 psi. This
Interesting.
time, the egg was not destroyed, but instead was able to successfully hatch. The resulting SCP-1550 specimen bore a heavy resemblance to several deep-sea creatures,
Yes,
most
deep
notably
sea,
the
looking
anglerfish.
freak.
Like the anglerfish, the creature had a bioluminescent lure dangling from its forehead. It also had gills, dark gray-blue skin, flat and webbed fins, and enlarged eyes twice the size of those found on other specimens. As the Foundation does not want the population of adult specimens to exceed 20 at any given time, excess specimens are terminated. Having a pet is a big responsibility, and some people just can't handle the risks and rewards that come with caring for an animal, especially one that
True.
can become an accidental weapon if you're not careful. If your child is begging you for a pet, maybe you should start them out with a goldfish first. A goldfish never burnt the house down, though I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Okay, so that started with the cutest little fluffy little creature in a dollhouse and ended with like an anglerfish on roids, I guess. And the Foundation just like casually is like terminating these things when they hit the quota. That's dark, man. Like, even for the SCP Foundation, that is really, really dark. I guess what gets me with this one is, like, what kind of child is Dr. Wondertainment selling these? Like, who is he selling these to? Like, who does he think's even gonna be able to, like, keep some of these as a pet, right? I don't know, like, that deep sea creature, like, implies that there could be a child like living in conditions where that could be or would be the ideal companion. I mean, I don't know, like I guess that's the horror, right? I guess Dr. Wondertainment isn't just making like dangerous toys, they're making toys for situations that shouldn't exist. It's unhinged, but it's fascinating and kind of terrifying at the same time. This is exactly why I love SCP content, because it takes something so innocent and twists it until you're like staring at like this monstrosity of a creature and wondering what kind of world we're even talking about anymore. It is great. Here's a question for you. If you got one of these eggs, what environment would you put it in? Drop your answers in the comments because I need to know if you'd risk creating your own nightmare creature. And if you want to see me react to more Dr. Wondertainment chaos or other SCP entries, let me know which ones I should tackle next.